Coach, we know you were heartbroken by the finish of the Peach Bowl, but how did you feel like your team played in that game?
Well, yes, I am heartbroken. I still think I've woke up about every day since the game at some point in time trying to rehash it. But that is what it, no, they played well. I mean, they played hard. They played physical. They did everything that we preached for them to do. The things we didn't do probably in the championship game, we did in the bowl game. We just came up a little bit short, and it's really tough. It's really tough to swallow, but, really proud of what it is that they did.
You were missing a lot of great players: Ahmad Gardner, James Wiggins, Jared Dokes. You lost James Hudson before halftime. How big of a factor were those losses?
Big. I mean, we had some idea going into it with James. Probably about 3 days before, we knew that Wiggs probably wasn't going to be able to make it. Up until that time, we kind of were still hoping and believing. Ahmad's was kind of a little bit more of a game time decision. That was tough because we hadn't had a big, long plan for it. We kind of had to really throw Arquan in a switch about 45 minutes before the game. And then Dokes, we had kind of figured. We were hoping we could get something out of him, get some leadership, maybe 15 plays, 20 plays, who knows, based on how the game starts to go. So all in all, it was one of those things that you got to be able to adapt to and adjust. And that's one of the reasons I think I'm not happy, because you don't win, you're not happy, and you're never going to be satisfied, but proud of all the way that not just the players handled, but the coaches handled it, and gave us our best opportunity to win a football game.
You've had the opportunity to go back and dissect the game. Would you have done anything differently on the final drive?
Well, let's be clear. I haven't dissected the game just yet, Dan. I'm not able to actually watch it yet. I figured I'd give myself a little bit longer since I'm dissecting it in my head without actually seeing the video. So yes, there's always things that you would do a little bit different. Obviously, the end of the game, being an aggressive team, whether you throw the football, whether you go for it on fourth down, there's spots, there's things, but we're not going to change who we are. Not going to second guess. I was proud not just of the players, but the coaches and how they attacked everything. But I still haven't been able to build it up enough to actually break down the film on all three phases of the game just yet. So you might have to give me another, I said 2 months, so you might have to give me another few weeks before I actually do that.
Fair enough. Within days of the outcome, Desmond Ritter announced that he will be back for his senior season. What does that mean to the team? And can you share kind of your advice to Desmond through that process?
Well, he did it the right way. I think 3 or 4 weeks in advance we started kind of talking about it, and I say, hey, let's do this the right way. This is not something you just need to take a chance at. You deserve much more than just a chance and an opportunity. Let's try to get as much true info and feedback as we can before you go with your family in your circle and make a decision on what's best for you as an individual and you as your future. And so we spent a bit of time, did as much research as we possibly could, calling, whether it was scouts, whether it was talking with some GMs, to just give him as much information as we possibly could so that he could make a best decision without us trying to influence him in any way, because we love Desmond. I love Desmond, and I want him to do what's best for him, and whatever's best for him is going to be best for us as a team and as a program. So, but he did a really good job at trying to take in all the info and then taking his time to make a decision and move forward.
A great coach and a great friend, Marcus Freeman, left the staff to take a job at Notre Dame. What impact does that have on the defense, and are you likely to change much under somebody else?
Well, it has an impact, there's no doubt. For what he did in 4 years here and the relationships he built, it's going to be tough. It's going to be difficult, and that's the first thing we said with a guy coming in. This is a really difficult job to take over, not because of what we've done statistically defensively, I think, but the way it was built and the relationships that Coach Freeman had built. I think that's where the most difficult challenge comes for somebody else coming in. It's hard on me, it's hard on all of us, but it's a great opportunity for him. It's one that you could never pass up in the progression of how he needs to do things to continue to move forward. But we know, with that being said, that we got to find a way to get better because of it. And we've been very fortunate in the 4 years here And whenever we brought somebody new in, we got better. Not because we got a better coach, we've talked about this, but because maybe we need something a little bit different, whether it's with that linebacker group, with that defense, or even with the whole entire program. You're not going to find another Marcus Freeman. We know that. But we got to find a way to give us a chance to grow and be better as individuals, as a team, as linebackers, and for me as a program.
You brought in Mike Tressel from Michigan State to take Marcus's place. What made him a good fit?
Well, relationship. Obviously, I've known him for a long time. He was with us when I first came back and was coaching at Ohio State. He's obviously moved on and had been with Coach D'Antonio for an awful long time, was here at the University of Cincinnati, I think for 3 or 4 years with Coach D'Antonio. So he had familiarity with some of the things like that. But all in all, it comes down to what's the right fit for all of us. And knowing that it's a tough job because of the relationships and the things that Coach Freeman had done, you had to have somebody for me that you felt really comfortable with the type of person he was and how he was going to go about doing what he does. And so all those things being kind of added together, his experiences of being with Coach D'Antonio and the way they've run the program through Coach D'Antonio, I think just made it a very, very natural fit for all of us.
Coach, congratulations on an incredible season. It was so much fun to watch, and we can't wait for the start of 2021.
I'm with you. When the last game doesn't go your way, the one thing that kind of sticks with you until you can actually play another game is that. And I know it's a ways away, but we're back into some off-season stuff, back into the spring, and hopefully that taste will go away just a little bit, not completely away, because that's a part of the motivation to finding a way to go from good to great.